Oh, Matt.
I'm Brandon.
And this is Tri-State Finest. Today we're here with an amazing mentor, role model, teacher, coach of St. Augustine Prep, Mr. Matthew Forrest. How are you,
guys? Living the dream. How about you guys?
Pretty good.
Trying.
Yep, living the dream.
Survive this quarantine.
I'm gonna get the question. What happened?
Quarantine's the best.
Nah.
It's not bad.
Hate it.
Oh no, get out of bed for weeks at a time.
How did it all begin? Like, when did you start on your wanting to be a coach and a teacher?
So coaching, I was an average athlete at best, which is really hard to a lot of people. And when I went to start teaching, I went to Pineland, where I went to high school, saw my track coach, and I said, do you mind if I give back and help out? And got into volunteering that way. And then by the time that was 2 years, and then when I got to St. Augustine, there was a position available. They actually only had one track coach. So it was me and the other track coach for 2 years. And then he stepped away. And my first year was 2014. And grew every year since. Like every year I felt like I learned a different position or a different event. I was a throws coach for a long time. Then I dabbled in distance. At one point, there was a winter season. I was the only coach, and I was covering every event. And I had like a parent volunteer. Technically, it was his grandfather volunteer, which was awesome. Helped me with the throw. That year I brought on Coach Full spring, who was awesome. He helped me cover events, so maybe I would be with the throws and runners. And then every year, I kept adding, Coach Hickman and Coach Z and Coach Clay. So it's been a growing process. Every year's a new adventure.
What's your favorite part of coaching?
Seeing the growth and the maturity in kids over the years. You meet them usually as freshmen, sophomores. You kind of get to know them a little bit, but then to grow those bonds not only through senior year but beyond senior year.
Yeah. What would be like your biggest inspiration when it comes to wanting to coach and wanting to teach? Like, it doesn't have to be a person, but in general.
My biggest inspiration as a coach was my coach, Coach Toomey. He was my throws coach and he was my head coach. He was like my older brother was a thrower and was a decent. There was a lot of expectations, but then when I wasn't the best athlete and I ended up not being, as good as my brother, like that never once phased our relationship. Like goofball, he put up with me and he kind of helped me mature in that role to my senior year, being a little bit more of a leader. And I always kind of wanted to get kids to be in the same role. As far as a teacher, that for me, I had a teacher. Many kids know I tell this story all the time. Like, terrible in pre-cal. Like I almost failed it. My parents, they split up that year, so I did no work. It was not what I encourage other kids to do. But I had a teacher senior year, Mr. Kelly, that got me back on path and refocused myself. And ever since then, I've always wanted to kind of do that for kids. Like I know sometimes kids just struggle not because they struggle in math, but because of external factors. So I was trying to do the best I can. And then if they struggle for math reasons, I like helping that too. So.
Yeah, I mean, I was always great at pre-calc, so I wouldn't really know how to talk about that topic, but, I'm one of the smartest kids you ever had.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, except for Nails. I think, Nails, you had my class, 9,900?
Yeah, something like that. It was too easy.
Were you in the same period, I think?
Yeah, me and Will were in the same period.
Really?
Great class. Mm-hmm.
Will, didn't you tutor Brandon?
Definitely.
Yeah, right.
Out of 99. I take all credit.
So I have a quick question before I go into your track career or track questions. Why such a hard math that you teach, like calculus and AP Calc?
Well, I actually prefer the higher level for a few reasons. One, it's more challenging for me, which is kind of fun. It makes it a new challenge every day is always good. And then I like teaching seniors and juniors. You can talk to them differently than you can with freshmen and sophomores. When I pick on the freshmen and sophomores, they kind of take it a little bit. By the time they're seniors, then they know I'm just joking, and I wouldn't even care.
That's fair. That's fair.
Hmm.
So what would you call your greatest track accomplishment?
Well, I think we all know what I would probably say.
Sincere.
And no, I mean, so the easy answer would be, Sincere winning national championship. That's the one. But I actually, to me, going to nationals all those years with more than like, don't get me wrong, Sincere had an amazing career, and that will always that's his accomplishment. For me, my accomplishment would be all the years that I brought relay teams and brought things like that, like getting kids to do better than they ever thought they could. To me, is my biggest accomplishment. For Sincere, yeah, it was. For him, it was a national championship. I don't take credit for any of that, short of the fact that, I taught him how to type. Sometimes I pointed him in the right direction with Will as a mentor. But that's all him. For me, about getting multiple, whether it was go to states where they thought they would make the state, go to meet a champs when they never thought they'd make it to meet a champs, or go to that type of stuff. That to me is, going down to nationals. Me was one of the best times I've ever had. Like taking 6, 7, 8 kids more than once, hanging out in North Carolina. I mean, it was very taxing worrying what you guys were doing. But I knew Will was there, so there wasn't much.
Interesting. So I know you were a track coach of the year. So I was wondering what was it?
Forgot all about that, but yeah.
How are you gonna forget about your own accomplishment?
It's about the kids.
How did you mold your team, or how did you mold that team from like going from a record that you had before into a record that you had and made you track coach of the year?
So a little background: the 2 years when I was the assistant, like 2012 season and 2013 season, we were 0-7 and 2 no, we were 0-9 and 2-7, and then the 2014 season where I got the press coach of the year, I went out and did a lot of recruiting in-house of seniors. I got a bunch of kids, Bisu, who you guys have interviewed already. Mike McGrath came out, was monster, like a 6'5", 6'6" left tackle, played at Columbia and came out through the top 48 feet. I went out and tried to recruit a lot of those types of kids that were finished their fall or winter sport and have never done track, and got them to come on board. Bisu come out and say, like, he ran in the 22s, having not run track since middle school, which was really helpful. And we also had a really, really talented freshman class come out. Brandon Outlaw, Matt Fish, Aiden. We had kids, unfortunately not all survived the program, but we had kids that were coming out running 50 flat as a freshman, or, Cade was over 50. And that didn't, what also was helpful was we had there. When I was an assistant, Mike Pelosi's, we had 4 hurdlers, 3 of which were under 50 by senior year. They were all in the 14 seconds or like 15.01. So that helped a lot. So I just kind of put the pieces that were already there into play and then recruited a few new ones.
Got you. Vernon?
So you have a reputation of having a wide variety of jokes and corny pickup lines and stuff like that. Do you have, well, not pickup lines. Do you have any favorites? Because we know a lot of them.
I try my best to be as unique as possible with my jokes. I try and make them as in the moment as possible. It's often difficult. I have a few that I tell every year with some of my classes, but they're a little bit more in the context of the classroom. Like if we're doing trig and we're learning about alpha and beta and all that other stuff, and I'll give a joke about why the two betas can't be next to each other. I have a couple of annual jokes, but any pun, and it's really not about. It's more about being witty. Like just be as witty as possible, and you'll nail it. It'll be fine.
Nail it. Mm-hmm. And another question I have for you. Obviously, I know you guys had a very successful winter season. What are your goals now with having the spring season canceled, and how are your goals changing, and how are you trying to get guys to stay active in their goals and their training?
So it definitely has been a very taxing spring. I got to give a lot of credit to Coach Z because he's probably been on the ball. I have this, Coach Z has been awesome with, his organization has been really good as far as daily communication with the distance guys. A little bit of that is now that they've canceled everything officially, the distance world is mostly just preparing for cross. So they're just kind of getting early cross-country training in. There's still a slim ray of hope of some sort of a summer season. I know a couple of the guys have spoken with me about, if the AAU opens up in July or August, then there's some opportunities there. We can get guys in. But other than that, we only control what we can control. So unfortunately, seniors, and I feel terrible because we had a lot of seniors that were hoping to use their marks to determine whether or not they can compete in college. So I feel terrible for them, and I hope they get a summer meet or two to prove themselves. Other than that, we'll have to work on growing in the future. Still a lot of really nice, talented kids coming back in the future. And there should be a nice freshman coming in next year. This freshman class, I think, was actually a really nice freshman class. And unfortunately for them, they didn't get a chance to have that opportunity, but their time will come.
As a coach, a mentor, and like a teacher, what would be some advice you would give to a young man or a woman to succeed in life?
I would recommend do what you can do to change lives for the better, no matter what it is. So if you want to be a teacher, you want to be a coach, understand why you're doing it and what your goal is, right? And let your goal not be a financial goal. Let your goal be something about changing the lives of others. And even if you don't want to be a teacher or a coach or anything like that, that's awesome too. But no matter what you do, just make sure you're trying to change lives every day. Even if it's something simple as holding the door for somebody, maybe that you never know if they had a bad day. Doing something little like that may put a smile on their face. So do whatever you can do every day to change at least one life, as minimal as or minor as it could be.
Yeah, that's some great advice. What would be your favorite track moment or meet that you've taken part in?
As a coach, I assume, not an athlete.
And it's up to you.
Well, as an athlete, I don't know that there are many good ones. I was more average than anything. I definitely. There's some easy and obvious ones. Obviously, Nationals was really exciting. Every indoor and outdoor one we went to was really awesome. One of the ones that was kind of really fun, it'll always haunt me for not filming, was last year the super sprint at Rancocas Valley, where we were trying to run 136, I think, for Nationals cutoff, and we had a bad handoff in between like exchange 2 and 3, I think it was, and I remember it was True, Jake, Jay, and Sincere, and we're sitting there. I'm like, well, we still got a chance. Like, we just need to get under 136. And just the look I was standing by the start finish line with Sincere, and just the look in his eyes, and he was at least 20th behind everybody and just destroyed, just hawked everybody. That to me was one of the coolest moments. I've had a lot of really fun moments with relays throughout the year. It's like shuttle hurdles. We had a couple of really nice shuttle hurdle races in 2015. They qualified for nationals. That was kind of really neat. I don't know. There's too many. Just I would probably say that super sprint was one of my favorite that we had.
Yeah,
Also,
had a long track history of doing that, of coming
Yeah.
back from far.
you're absolutely right. The one that I was going to throw out there, the other kind of favorite one, because I don't want to throw in him because there's a lot of other kids, but you probably remember it was his senior winter when we were trying to qualify for the 4x4 indoors, and he just ran right into that kid. That moment.
Yeah, that was wild.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna go into our quick question segment. We have a few questions that we're just gonna ask you off rip. Some of them are kind of funny. All right, when you were younger, who was your first celebrity crush?
Probably Topanga from Boy Meets World.
That's a good one.
That's a very good one.
I just binge watched Boy Meets World.
Yeah, it was a solid show.
What's your favorite food?
Well, everything, but really anything Chinese food. I'm a big General Tso's chicken fan.
Okay.
Snapchat or Instagram?
I have neither, but I would feel more comfortable. I use social media. I do need to make an Instagram account, if not for me, but for the track team.
Mm-hmm.
What's the funniest joke that you remember off rip?
I don't know if I have an appropriate one. I'm more of an in the moment guy. I don't have a lot of ones memorized, and the ones that I have memorized are not good. Yeah, they're really not good. You don't want them.
All right, bet.
What's your who's your favorite athlete?
Lil Gould.
Well, I'm assuming you mean pro. So
Yeah.
Lil Gould.
No.
No, I'm a big Curtis Martin fan. Jets running back, one of the best ever.
Okay, that's fair.
Close second to Lil Gould, but we'll keep going.
What's the cheesiest pickup line you've ever heard? Back to pickup. I mean, not pickup lines. Jokes you ever heard? Just give us one.
Listen, for full disclosure, in my life, I never used a pickup line. I dated.
I don't know why you'd say that, because I have a lot of bad ones. I'm just used to it.
The cheesiest joke. One of my favorite cheesy jokes is, what do you get when you put two apples together? A pear.
Oh yeah.
He needs some milk.
That's bad.
For my class.
I got you with a question. I know you had the answer. You might act like you don't, but I know you do. Who's your favorite rapper?
So I don't listen to a lot of mainstream rap, believe it or not. There are a few Drake songs that I like. 99% of the underground rappers, I have no clue who they are.
You singing to Kiki?
Who?
Kiki.
I don't know.
You ask her if she loves you?
He needs
Not funny.
milk.
All right. Shit.
I got it, Will.
What's your favorite candy?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your favorite cereal?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Easy.
Yeah, good one.
Number one, no doubt. All right, we're going to go to our next segment. We're going to play a little game about would you rather? Would you rather only be able to whisper or only be able to shout?
Shout. Definitely shout.
Always be 10 minutes late or always be 20 minutes early.
I would rather 20 minutes early because I am always late to everything I do.
Here's a tough one. Would you rather want to teach or coach? It's a tough one.
That is a tough one. I'm gonna say I probably enjoy coaching more than teaching. Just it's more active, it's more outdoors, and you connect with kids in a different way, I would think.
Would you rather have super speed or super strength?
Well, having both, I would want to give up my super strength, keep my super speed.
Would you rather be able to take back anything you said or hear any conversation that is about you?
Hear any conversation.
Would you rather go into the future or go into the past?
Past. Easy.
Why?
A lot of mistakes I can change.
Okay.
Mhm.
Would you rather be alone all your life or surrounded by really annoying people?
I'm a people person. I'll take the people.
We're gonna end the Would You Rather game. Would you like to shout out your Twitter?
Matthew M. Forrest.
Got you. You want to shout out the Hermit's Track Twitter?
At Hermit's Track. Yep.
Got you. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for spending the time to talk with us. We appreciate you.
Dude, it was awesome. Thank you for having me. Nails, thanks for joining.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks for having me, Will and Matt.
No problem.
Of course.